call in progress. What do I gotta do?
Until the end of the summer.
Hello. I'm doing a test, okay? I want to see if they throw a copyright restriction on videos if I play my own published music in the background. Daisy's at home recovering. You want to check in on her? Let's check in on her. Let's check in on Daisy. I just did, but let's check in on her again. Let's see. There she is, drinking water. She was just sleeping, and you can see her little cast right now. She's been drinking a lot of water. There she is, live in the flesh. Let's talk to her. Let's just say hi. Hi, Daisy. Daisy. Hello, Daisy. Show us your cast. Oops. Show us your cast, Daisy. Anyway, she looks good. Excellent. We're keeping a close eye on her so she doesn't gnaw off the No, not the TikTok. I did get your message. This is a YouTube test. If I'm doing a live, like I did the Ozzy Osbourne thing where I'm just hanging out and people are playing Ozzy songs, so they copyright block the live from being monetized. That's all. They don't stop you from doing it, but they're like, oh, you can't monetize this because you can't just play Ozzy's music, right? Well, my music is also published, and I am the copyright holder, technically. So I was just wondering if it flags my music, which I know it does. I'm just curious. But I had to spend like the last, I don't know, 12. I had to spend about the last 18 hours straight with Daisy. I didn't even get to sleep very much. But now I'm able to leave my house. I think I'm over, I think I'm giving her, well, I'm definitely drugging her up. But you just saw her, she's fine. I'm giving her extra drugs. The vet didn't know what to do with me because they didn't understand my comedy. They thought I was complaining, but I really wasn't. I took that cone right off her fucking head because, first of all, she doesn't need the cone on her head. That's stupid. But she was pulling her. I didn't know for anesthesia for cats or for any animal. I didn't know for surgery when you're in anesthesia, whatever. I didn't know they put a tube down her throat. Yeah. Did they do that when she's awake? Did they just jam that down her throat while she was awake? Because I'm kind of pissed about that. Or do they like knock you out first and then stick that down your throat? You know what I mean? Do they give you a shot and then you go to sleep and then they jam the tube down your throat? Or do they just jam the tube down your throat? Sorry, I can't read the comments really when I'm driving. I can, but it actually is a little dangerous. The print on YouTube is so fucking small. Also, I'm responding to, I think it's fun to do like, okay, we have a report of a man screaming. So let's drive by. I think it's fun to drive by these reports. And then right over here, we have a woman with a handgun. Let's see what that says. Where's she at? Over here, we have a report of a woman armed with a revolver. I don't know if that's safe, right? We should probably not go around. The woman armed with a revolver. I think the over-under on getting shot by her is, I think it's pretty good, actually. I don't want to I'm not sure I want that. All right. Well, let's have a look at the man screaming. It could be Robert Blake. Oh, he died. Never mind, he died. My bad, he died. I'm responding like Adam-12. You guys, you know the show Adam-12? Dean does. Let's stay away from the lady with the revolver. I'm super curious though. You know? I need to get one of those Duran police scanners. This is on Shady Glade? I need to get one of those police scanners Duran has. I don't know how to run those though. Oh, here it is. We're on roads. Why is my thing not updating? Oh, I see, I think I see, oh, I see paramedic. There's a fire truck remanding to the man. The man screaming must have been injured. Oh my God, we have something here. Let's see what it was. So maybe he was, I assumed it was just gonna be a crazy person. There are police and fire rescue here. Let's see what's going on with this. Report of a man screaming. I don't see anything. Should we get out and take a look? Here, let's drive by. Let's just take a drive by. Oh yeah, there's 2 snorkel trucks. Yeah, there's 2 snorkel trucks here. Shit. Let's just stop and take a quick look. Usually when a report of a man screaming is usually just some fucking, you know what I'm saying, some crazy person in the street. That's normally the situation. Let's take a look. Let me read my comments. My daughter was suspended from her summer camp for 1 week. You mean like for what? For like being for what kind of behavior? Let me read your comments here. They sedated me, exactly. Did they give me something to calm my nerves? That's a good question. For back talking? Yeah. I'm a big back talker. Back talking. She's 7. We're working on it. Okay, well, maybe don't listen to me. You know what? Never get advice from me, which I know you guys wouldn't. When I was 7, I did some back talking. Look at this. This is an amazing snorkel truck, though. That's a kick-ass truck. I want to ask them if they still call this a snorkel truck. You know what I mean? Look, even where they have a driver in the back. That's pretty cool. Let's go ask the firefighter if they still call that a snorkel truck. Just for fun. Yeah, back talker, fast runner. Back talker, fast runner. I've been living on Wilkinson for years. Hey, there's a free TV though. Oh, I got it. Hey, did they still call the big truck a snorkel truck? Huh? Do they still call the big truck a snorkel truck?
No, a snorkel would have a snorkel top.
What does that mean, snorkel truck?
So no, normally they weren't trucks; they were actually engines. So what it was an engine.
Yeah.
But it would have a articulating snorkel.
I don't even know what a snorkel is. You mean like shooting water with it?
Yeah, snorkels are like
a water
they
shooter
got it
gun.
From, like, imagine like a submarine.
Yeah.
How they get the telescope up.
Yeah.
It looks like a little snorkel. That's
no
where they got it
shit.
from. So it'd be on an engine.
But it'd be on an engine like this.
It'd be like 25-foot booms, like one forward, one back. Imagine like the little boom trucks.
Yeah.
You see like Edison or DWPN. It'd be like that. It would just go forward and back. But it has a nozzle on the tip and it's plumbed in. So you just raise it and it's just a high point for the engine to pump water.
And do you saying you don't have those anymore?
No, the department had them. The department had them up until I think it was like 78, and there was too many accidents with them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Driving them.
No.
During the using them.
It's just so much water pressure that comes out of it.
Oh.
That if you're not, the engines don't have outriggers.
Okay.
Like the trucks do. So they're not as stable.
When I was a little kid, my house burned when I was 4 and like 9 twice.
Did you live in the city?
Well, I lived in Iowa.
Oh, okay.
But I just remember they were snorkel trucks.
They're still around. They're just not very popular in California.
I got it.
But you do see them in smaller departments across.
That's why.
So they still do make them brand new, but yeah, it's just an engine. Typically, they're a little longer just to accommodate all the mounting of that.
Got it. What happened here? Nothing?
Just a medical call.
Oh. I think I was just such a little kid. I just always thought snorkel meant big truck. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Have a great day. Be safe. Now I know what a snorkel truck is. I thought it meant the big ladder truck. Jive talking. I did, Dean, I did. If you caught that, I did ask him what happened. It's just a medical call. This was Hulk Hogan 2.0. I think somebody was screaming with a dead heart. That didn't come off well. I don't think you can scream when your heart stops. Somebody was screaming, okay? Somebody was screaming help. And they responded. So they brought the fire trucks. Well, I used to make jokes. I don't really make a lot of those jokes, but I used to always joke, I used to complain, why do they bring 182 snorkel fire trucks and burn and waste all this gas for a medical emergency when you're just supposed to bring a paramedic over? But they bring giant fire trucks because it's the same paramedic, because these guys are trained as paramedics. I used to make jokes, not really complain. Like, oh my God, a little old lady fell down and you brought the ladder truck that can get up on a 28-story building. But whatever. Hello, Daisy Blue. Let's take a look. I spent the last 18 hours with her, and it was a rough night. But I had her so fucking high. She was loopy. But I had to get up every couple hours on top. Look, the paramedic truck is just now coming. The fire trucks always show up like in time, but this is the actual unit that was required. Coming late. Let's take a look at Daisy. But Daisy's doing fine. There she is right there. You see her laying there on her little bed? You see her little cast on her foot right there? Let's talk to her. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Mama. She can hear us. Hi, Mama. See how messy of an eater she is? She knocked her bowl over again and all of the food is everywhere. She just turns her little fat butt around and she knocks the whole fucking plate over. Every time. She couldn't walk before. Now she's got this big old cast on her arm. Let's talk to her some more. Daisy! Daisy! Now she's ignoring me, but she's okay. Standard procedure, just cut her, standard procedure, knock the food over. And, but we cut her fingers off and she's good to go. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. You guys, I know there's all the hoopla with the Tesla diner, but the truth is, I'm going over there to actually eat. You know, not to like publicize it or fuck with it. I'm hungry. And I'm gonna go eat at the Tesla diner, like what I really wanna eat. Daisy has the perfect daddy to make sure she's good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't like to brag. Is that a saying? Well, I don't like to brag, but I don't think anyone can love their cat more than I can. But that's not necessarily true. There's probably a tie for first place with millions of people in this country because thanks to TikTok, I get to see how many people actually love their pets and especially their cats. And I love cat videos, and you see how many people are just like you that just love their fucking cats to death. Cool, you were on Kill Tony. You were on Kill Tony, Alex T. How do you know if I was on Kill Tony or not, Alex T? Alex T, were you just like going through the original episodes of Kill Tony or something? Or are you asking me, were you on Kill Tony? Thank you, Cheryl. I was on Kill Tony when it was actually like, I can tell you guys something about Kill Tony. I was at the first 100 episodes of that in the audience. You know what I'm saying? Not the audience, but like when it first started, it was just like 20 fucking comics up in the belly room at the Comedy Store. And I went on there. I would say I bombed. But what I'm saying is, Kill Tony was awesome when you have to understand the original band was comedians. Okay, now they have a real band. Fuck the real band. When they had fucking Jeremiah Watkins and Pat Reagan and Jose and Jose is not, his name's not Jose, and Joel Jimenez on drums and shit, that's when Kill Tony was awesome. When it was only 35 people in the belly room, that's when Kill Tony was awesome. When it was fucking California gold and it was all the fucking hanging out with Rogan and all those boys in the Comedy Store parking lot, that's when it was awesome. What's Hinchcliffe like? Tony Hinchcliffe, what is he like? Tony Hinchcliffe is, I mean, unless you've become good friends with him or something, you're gonna think he's a douchebag, and he's gonna come off poorly. He's gonna come off a little pretentious. He is. If you knew the great, okay, there was a super great comedian. Okay, if you go look up a YouTube video, here's what I want you to do, Alex T, for real. Yeah, he's a douchebag. He's a very unlikable guy. Okay, this is like, and I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm explaining, you guys watch him, you understand that's his personality. Like in Hollywood, if you want to be cast on television and shit, you kind of have to be likable. So, for instance, you don't see him in TV or on TV shows because he's not likable. You know what I mean? We like watching him roast people. We like that. But what I want you to look up now is one of the greatest fucking comedians who was mid-level, gonna be high-level, but a legitimate comedian was a guy named Brody Stevens. Brody Stevens. Go watch some of his work. He's fucking from LA, 818. If you already know Brody Stevens, then you're the shit, right? But if you don't know who Brody Stevens is, go look up some of his comedy. But then go look up the Brody Stevens versus Tony Hinchcliffe fighting. Like just the fight. There's an actual fight, not a fist fight, but like where Brody Stevens is letting him know you're a piece of shit and nobody even actually likes you. That's kind of how people feel about Tony Hinchcliffe. But now that the pandemic and woke culture, changed the fucking landscape of entertainment, and now they're basically making millions of dollars without the help of the entertainment industry, right? It's like anything else. You have to kiss his ass if you're close to him. You have to kind of kiss his ass. And then that's the story of Tony Hinchcliffe. I mean, he was a nice enough guy, hanging around the Comedy Store, but I didn't become good friends with him or anything. Okay, awesome. So, Alex T, then you know that Brody Stevens strung himself up and hung himself, committed suicide. This is something I could never talk about on TikTok. So, Brody Stevens lived right near me, and we used to hang out a lot. We had a lot of hangouts at the Starbucks by me. He was one of my favorite people. He actually almost became a major league pitcher. He was a really good baseball player. And he was one of my favorite dudes to hang out with at the Comedy Store. And my point to this whole story is, he fucking hated Tony. And he was one of the few people who just told Tony to his face, listen, dude, I don't fucking like you, bro. You know what I mean? But Alex D, I appreciate your love of comedy and your deep diving. That's fun. That's cool. That's cool shit. But yeah, anybody else who doesn't know Brody, I'm going to bring him up when we have a lot of people in one of these lives. Brody Stevens, awesome dude. A bit of a maniac. He succumbed to the pressures of, what happens in all of our heads, and he killed himself. I know a lot of people have committed suicide in my life. Many close friends. I've had multiple friends shoot themselves in the head. I've had 3 friends, jump off of bridges. My podcast co-host jumped off a bridge into freeway traffic most recently. If you follow my coffee podcast, Hank, he jumped off the fucking freeway bridge into traffic. My best friend Sam hung himself from a bridge. My best friend Danny shot himself under a bridge. Whoa. Brody Stevens wasn't one of my best friends. He was just an acquaintance. So I'm not going to put him in those categories. But he hung himself. Life is difficult. I do a self-deprecating joke lately. It's a new bit I'm trying to work on where I say, yeah, self-deprecation is the first step to healing, also known as suicide. I don't know if that lands, but I'm working on a bit where I try and explain that out. Yeah, I mean, it's depression, and it's just a mix of things. Listen, we all got problems. I have a great comedy script where at the end of the movie, the two main characters, when it's all resolving and they're going to get in the car and drive off to Vegas with the two girls, they're pounding a fucking sign into the side of the building they live in that says right on the sign, we all got problems. And that's a fact. There's no such thing as not having problems. Okay, we all got problems. And they're all in our fucking own heads. There's no way around it. Let's stick to the funny stuff. I'm trying to keep it straight, though. I'm not trying to be depressive. I'm just trying to state these things as a matter of fact. I'm not trying to make anyone sad. All right, we're going to go check out this woman with the revolver, okay? You guys, I'm just on the way to eat at the Tesla Diner. I thought maybe I'd go live. This is stupid. I shouldn't be driving. Hold on. Let's see where this lady with the revolver is. Oh my God. Vineland and Magnolia. Oh, we're almost on it. It is a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and Dean, that couldn't be more true. It's always a permanent solution to a very temporary problem. When you get that dark and that deep into your head and you go to that place, it's a temporary moment. It's always a temporary moment. And it's sad. Actually, it is sad. So yeah, I'll stay off it. PO'd women scared. Well, there's a woman up here with a revolver. I'm gonna keep this going until we get to her and see if anything happened, and then I'm gonna go on TikTok in a little bit. Damn, look at that girl. This Starbucks right here, was the last great Dairy Queen, and we lost it to Starbucks. We had one last great fucking Dairy Queen in this town, and we lost it to Starbucks, you guys. Dude got shot dead right here the other night, right outside this fucking eat place. You got to be careful. It's just about being smart, being careful. Side note, I've been a psychiatric nurse for 20 years and helped save many, many, many lives. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. I don't see any police activity, so this woman with the revolver was probably swooped up and taken to jail or ran off or whatever. This is where she was. And now she's gone. So it's a nothing burger. But yeah, thank you for all your help to people who need it. It's always a temporary solution. Permanent solution to something that's just temporary usually. It looks like they bagged this lady, so. Chili Jilly, thank you for all the work you do. We need more people like you, actually, is what we need. I do sound tired. Karen, I stayed up till about 1:30 with Daisy. She kept flip-flopping, and she wanted to lay right on me, and I couldn't let her eat her hand because they can't eat the bandage, and I refused to let her wear the cone on her head. And I had to get up every couple of hours after that to make sure she was okay, take her over to the bathroom. And so I probably got 5 hours of sleep. I don't know. I don't even know. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat at the diner to eat. I'm just going to eat, and then find something to TikTok about in a little bit. That's all. That is all.